Without good blocking, your team's not going anywhere. Cisco blocks cyber attacks for customers around the world, including the entire Fortune 100 and the NFL. Because when the game is on the line, and it's always on the line, the NFL relies on Cisco.
And perform at the level he did.
As you know, Mike played there as a rookie year, and he's a smart kid that understands. It's probably all the different positions on the offensive line. Pretty good fundamental player. Obviously got good strength.
And on the Peppers interception, when you reviewed the play, what did you see that was a key in that result?
Good play by Pep. There was a 3-level pattern that they had run on us before with the first receiver quickly to flat, and the second receiver coming in behind him, and the outside receiver clearing out. And Pep widened and then recognized the route coming behind him, and had good width, and so he was able to gain the depth that he needed to make the play. This was a great job by Pep, and like I said, it's a play they hurt us with last year. We handled it well in practice and carried over the game.
Next question, Chris Ryan, followed by Zach Cox.
Morning, Bill. How are you?
Good, Chris. How are you doing?
Good. Just on, obviously, in facing the adversity you guys have faced this year, who do you see as being, some of the most impactful players in helping you to maintain kind of a positivity and process in your messaging, throughout the course of this time? And who would you say those guys have been?
I think we have a lot of guys on our team that are really good competitors, very professional, and come in every day and work hard and set a great example. I don't think any one person can do it alone. Like, everybody's got to bring it themselves, and so you need a lot of people doing that. Some of our more experienced guys, of course, are part of that, but even some of our younger players have shown that too, and so it's good to see. But each and every one of us is accountable on the team, and nobody can do anybody else's job. It's just not possible. You have to focus on what you're doing, so you have to credit everybody.
And on the last drive, obviously facing some adversity there, Mac bringing the team down the field to win the game. What do you see from him, particularly in his decision making, where it felt like he kind of stayed within what the game plan had been prior, as opposed to trying to do too much or force anything in those instances?
All right. Well, there were a lot of big plays on that drive, but the two big ones were the pass to Stevenson and a great run that changed the field position, totally changed the whole dynamic of the drive. And then the third and long conversion to Hunter, which then put us into field goal range and gave us an opportunity to try to win the game with a touchdown, as opposed to just kicking a field goal to extend it. So and then there were a lot of other plays in between, but those are kind of the two critical ones. So but yeah, Mac did a good job. But the receivers, the protection, they were all it's all part of it. It's good team offensive execution at the time we needed it the most.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome, Chris.
Next question, Zach Cox, followed by Nick Ramel.
Good morning, Bill. I know you've mentioned a couple times the wind yesterday, the conditions. How would you describe the performance you got from Chad Ryland and Bryce Barringer? It seemed like both of them were able to give guys some impact plays. Yeah,
no, I think I mentioned that. Yeah, I thought both guys did a great job. It wasn't easy out there, and they hit the ball well, and gave us what we needed, and we covered kicks, 2 kickoffs I think it was, and the punt. The punt went out of bounds right before the half. So, it's a good kick, but yeah, those guys did a great job. Gave us kicks we could cover.
And quickly on Farrell Brown, It seems like every time he touches the ball, it's a 25-yard gain. Are you surprised at all at kind of the big playability he's been able to give you in the passing game?
Well, I think Farrell's a big target. He's got good hands. He's did a really good job running with the ball and securing the ball. Couple of those plays that you're referring to, he got hit almost as soon as he caught the ball. Not on the long one against the Jets, but on some of these other plays where as soon as he caught the ball, somebody was right there trying to knock it away from him or knock it out of his hands, and he's done a great job of securing the ball and picking up positive yardage after the catch. So yeah, he's been consistent doing that, and it's been a big help.
Next question, Nick O'Malley, followed by Doug Kyed.
Hey, Bill. One of the things with officiating being officiating, and can't really change it, but it seemed like yesterday, out of the gate, that it was especially a tightly called game in all directions, especially in terms of illegal contact, defensive holding calls on secondary. When you see that sort of happening into a game, is there an in-game adjustment that has to be made for players and coaches when you see that, all right, they're calling this really tight, and do you have to make a change?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can get a feel for how that goes, and sometimes it goes in that direction, sometimes it goes in the other direction. They're kind of letting the players play, and they're not calling a whole lot. So, yeah, that's kind of the flow of the game, and every game's different, and I think you see that in all sports. Balls and strikes, or fouls in basketball, or football, whatever it happens to be. That there's a certain way that the game's being played that particular game, and it might be a little different from another game that it's the same, that basically the same players are playing, so that's just, I think that's one of the things you have to recognize as a player, and as a coach, we try to point that out, that they're calling it tight today, or they're not. But yeah, yesterday was you'd have to ask Cleat about some of those, and throwing flags, picking them up, and throwing them late, and whatever. It was just a kind of an unusual game, the way some of the penalties were called all the way around.
Were you surprised by a couple of the late flags and the fact that a couple of flags got picked up, like you mentioned?
Yeah, well, I mean, the obvious question is, to get picked up, why'd you throw it in the first place? That's, I don't know. So you'd have to ask them that.
Next question, Doug Kyed, followed by Nick Giovanni.
Good morning, Bill. We were talking to Michael Wenu after the game, and he said that after the first pad practice, before the first pad practice, you guys talked to about moving to right tackle. Just curious why you guys made that decision to move him from guard to tackle.
There are a number of things involved, but had a good conversation with Mike, and after the Raider game, and ultimately, I think everyone thought that was the best thing for us to do at this time. So went with it, had a good week, and thought he did a good job for us.
One other question, just about snaps. Jalen Reagor played more snaps in this game than he had in previous weeks. I know he only had the one catch, but what did he do throughout the week, or what has he done throughout his tenure to earn those snaps?
Yeah, Jalen's done a good job in the opportunities that he had, and just trying to get all our skilled players in the game, and give them an opportunity to make some plays, and we got production from. I think we got production from all of them, but that's been kind of a common thing throughout the year. We've had tight ends, receivers, running backs. I think those guys have had production. We just obviously need more of it, but that's, try to get those guys in the game, and let them help us.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The last question will be Nick Giovanni.
Well, good morning. Just with all the talk of changing the narrative, starting over, no one's coming, just that kind of storyline throughout the beginning of the season there, how much can a win like this provide a spark, just starting with the energy in the building today?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. It's, every week's its own week. Every day is an opportunity for us to, either get better or get worse. So hopefully we'll just keep taking advantage of our opportunities and keep moving in the right direction.
Thank you.
Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks, everyone. We'll be